It started with a city above and a city below. One bleached by the sun, weathered and decayed. The other held wonders and artifacts of life before the fractured void. Your adventure is called forward with a simple call for aid. What path you choose will shape how the story is told. Will your path lead you into the mist and forest? Or have you delved into the ruined city of Byway, searching for ancient artifacts and ciphers? Will you grow close to those who live in the city, or strive for power?
By surprise this week. Hi everybody, how are you? Welcome to session 7. Holy cow, y'all. Session 7 of Numenera Stars in the Stone. Thank you everyone so much for joining us tonight. Just to get a few things out of the way, this is a viewer affected game. If you'd like to do so, you can do so with your bits and your subs. That information is all down below. That money goes to the trevorproject.org every time I receive a Twitch payout. And why am I not in the closed captioning?
I don't know. What? Oh.
Hang on. It muted me. How rude. If you do not have the means to financially affect our game, that's totally fine. We completely understand. You're more than welcome to affect our game on Twitch with your channel points. So just come on in, hang out over here on Twitch, and you will be able to affect our game. That information is in the About Me section as well. Just look for the Stars in the Stone heading. Beyond that, if you already do that, if you're already part of our community donation to the trevorproject.org, if you'd like to directly help us out with putting on shows like this and others on this channel, you can go to therookandtheraven.com and use the code HypeGoblin for 15% off your total order there. They're a wonderful, they're a wonderful friend of mine and the friend of the channel, and we are so happy to have them extend that code to us. They create a high-quality luxury notebook. They have covers. This cover is no longer available. Their covers change regularly, so if you see one there, get it before it's gone. But these are modular notebook systems for DMs and players alike, both for Dungeons & Dragons, like mine is, but they have a whole slew of other systems, including Warhammer, Kids on Bikes. I believe they have, what's it called? Vampire the Masquerade. I don't know. It's this little indie game. I don't think anyone's ever heard of it before. It's kind of cool. You should check it out. If that's not your style, if you're into tarot cards like the ones that I just knocked off my desk, you can go to weird.works and use code HYPE for $5 off of your order of the Empress Tarot deck. It's the deck that we have been using to predict the weather on this game, and which I now need to pick up off my floor. That is going to be it for me for channel announcements and ways you can support us. As always, thank you just for being here. I will go ahead and kick us off with our character introductions. Hey everybody, if you don't know me, my name's Sarah. I will be playing Clever Jack tonight. We both use she, her pronouns. Clever Jack is our Clever Jack.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma, and I will, as ever, be playing Hyacinth in Fabra, our Medicine Nano. I use she, they pronouns. Hyacinth uses they, he.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. I'm Velvet. I use favorite pronouns, and I'll be playing Ashlot, the resident robot Amazon, who uses they, them pronouns.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Sir Heckelot. You know, probably. If not, I'm also Sarah. As I am turning a quarter of a century years old today, I am going to be playing Viridia, who uses she/her pronouns, and who is the clever glint who entertains.
That's right. It's your birthday.
Birthday.
Gosh,
Can I
happy
sing you
birthday.
happy
everybody.
birthday?
Happy birthday.
Sure.
Okay, would you prefer happy birthday, Mr. President, or would you prefer the TheHypeGoblin happy birthday song?
Let's go with the TheHypeGoblin. That sounds fun. All right.
Happy birthday from the TheHypeGoblin to you. I wish it was my birthday so I could eat cake too. That's it. It's short. It's much shorter than happy birthday, Mr. President.
Oh, but I love it. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, hon.
And with that, I think that's all. Let's take it on over to our lovely GM.
All right, before we do that, Minkin, you redeem an artifact for you. So I'm gonna pull that real quick for you as a birthday gift.
Oh,
You get one. There you go. And you can look out that whenever. Just make sure you look at it before the end of game, because I take all those cards back and you don't get to see them anymore.
Oh.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Jen. I will be the storyteller for today, taking you through the wonderful world of Numenera, the stars in the stone, with these lovely people. Let's get into it. Session 7, The Truth Within Adversity. The cycle never stopped, and ideas were lost, reborn and lost again. Ages came and went until eyes were opened to the truth. Even the dry heat holds its own truth when sought after. The party gathered information via the Tower of Thoughts with She Who Speaks, before heading to Nate's, only to find his shop trashed and in ruins. They discover Nate is a cyborg himself and is keeping 3 prisoners captive. And between understanding that and fixing the data cube machine, talking to the prisoners, the party discovers information about the Star Touched Maiden. Yeah, and as well as guide AIs, in addition to some information about black holes. With them slowly weaving the information together, the party visits the Gloaming Eyes, who finds their gifts worthy of much information in exchange. Eventually, the party realizes the next star is in the Clission's lab and makes plans to break and enter into the formidable fortress. And if I recall right, dear viewers and listeners and players, our party is breaking and entering into the oldest, most fortified houses within the Everfell, with aid from their new companion, the Gloaming Eyes, after a rest. So make sure you mark your 10 hours rest. Anything you lost from any previous battles should be recovered. If not, please recover them.
I would like to say that this plan is allegedly happening for legal purposes.
We got an oddity too, going back over to Viridia. I'll redeem that as you guys will talk amongst yourself and make a plan. Oh, I like this one. Viridia, you gain a lidded box that bursts with color.
Ooh.
So, do we want to go in loud or go in quiet? Like, is this going to be a smash and grab or...
That might leave too many loose ends, don't you think?
I mean, yeah, probably. Be fun, though.
Be fun,
Yeah,
but
pretty sure you were the one saying you wouldn't want the Clissions on your bad side.
Yeah, I know, but that was after I got a good night's sleep. I'm feeling much bolder today.
Relatable.
Hey, Gloaming Eyes, you got that that blueprint for us?
There's a momentary pause before you see a figure unfurl itself from the walls in your room, and you see the wide smile, the ever-present glowing eyes as they kind of slip in and kind of get down to your level, their arms folded beneath their tapestry as they kind of tilt their head.
So,
Blueprints. I have many.
right, you said that you were going to get us information on the inside of the Clission's compound.
Right. They think for a moment. Right, I have the first floor. As they produce a small tapestry woven picture of the first floor.
Cool. Do you know how many floors total they have there?
Probably for what you need. 3? Maybe 2.
Okay.
I will see if I pop that in your Discord real quick.
You're sending them on Discord?
Yes, because you would have that blueprint, and you can pull it up whenever you want. That is the print of the first floor for you guys.
Okay. Well, obviously, in through the front door is probably not a great idea.
Que cierra la puerta para que no le entre el aire acá.
Is
Se
this
pega la silla.
down at the bottom of this
La puerta.
blueprint that we have?
Corro la silla más tarde.
Is that
So va la
the
cama.
entryway?
Sí.
No, the top of the blueprint you have is the entryway where the double doors are. The hallway you see at the bottom is something leading further into the building itself.
Okay. Jack's gonna point to a window off to the left of the blueprint that appears to be maybe like some sort of office sitting room. I don't know. There's a window here. We could probably get in that way and then work out. It's walled on all sides, so less chance of being seen.
Concrete and sealed kind of office area, the rectangle.
Yeah, is that a window to the side?
Yes.
Yeah. Going that way. Can Crocodog just like strategically eat things? Have we determined that yet? Like what? Okay, so like picture this. Like we need to get in somewhere, right? What if they just like lick the glass until it's gone? Is that a thing that they can do, or are they going to take the whole wall?
Not something I've explored yet.
Maybe we should.
Like right now.
I mean, we're gonna have to find a wall for them to lick first. We just have tapestries. Jack's just gonna put her arms up and gesture to everything around them.
The gloaming eyes kind of narrow their facial features at you for a moment before they relax.
What? We're not gonna eat your home. It would be, you know, an experimental experiment.
Now, on the off chance that that doesn't work, do we have any other way to get through a window?
Oh yeah, I got this. Jack's going to take something out of her bag and flip it in the air, and it's just a hammer. Works every time, like a charm.
Yeah, that talk we just had about loud versus quiet. I feel like the hammer is on the wrong side of that divide.
Well,
I've got a thing I can get us through. Basically, I can get us through a wall or a window or whatever. It's only going to work once, but if we want to use it to get in, I can do that.
okay. Works for me. I can get myself in individually also. Jack's going to take out the teleporter that I just remembered I have. The user teleports up to 100 times the cipher level in miles to a location he has previously visited. He arrives safely with his possessions, but cannot take anything else with him. So, could teleport in and open the window.
Would have to be a place you've visited.
Have we been in? We've been inside this building though, right?
Yes, but not the part you're going into.
Which parts of it have we been in?
You have been in the front entrance, the Clission's finer dining rooms, and one of the labs that is jointly owned between the sisters and the Clission's. This space is not either of those.
Okay.
Any of those.
Okay. So I can get into the front door, basically. And that nice breakfast nook. Jack gets a wicked smile and stares off into space for a minute. I could get into the Sisters of the Watch. I could get into Tamsin's office.
I mean, I feel like you could have a way you could do that anyway.
Not like this. This is so much cooler. I mean, getting out might be a little difficult. I'll figure it out. Yeah. So we have a way in as a group, a potential way out for one person. Anything else we need?
I mean, some idea of what's on the other floor or two would be good.
Yeah.
I don't see how we're going to get that.
I don't either. I don't either. Well, at least we'll have some fun finding out.
For once, I think we agree.
High five.
They will, despite themselves, go for the high five.
Yeah. Never leave a high five hanging. It's bad luck.
True.
Mm-hmm.
True is a word. Anyway.
All right. Well, I guess we're ready to go.
I guess so.
Like the present.
Did we just plan a heist? We just
Kinda.
planned a heist. I think this is the most planning we've ever done. I'm proud of us. High five for me. Jack's just gonna give herself a high five.
Okay. With your heist plan ready, the Gloaming Eyes will take you down some winding paths and seems to be scuttling along the hallway, up the side of the wall, upside down on the ceiling, then back on the floor, kind of making a barrel roll, more or less, would be the most accurate description of their movements in this space. And as they do, they leave behind these almost iridescent kind of threads that seem to follow them in their pattern. It would be most akin to as if a spider were leaving a sensory trail for them to follow. And as they kind of take you down these paths, it comes a bit narrow at one point, and you see them shrink down to your size almost. And you see them walk upright on bipedal legs, and for a moment they look humanoid before they kind of pass through this narrow space before they go back to their original size. And they stop outside what looks to be a double door with a exterior building with facing walls and windows. And from the blueprint you have and what you've been studying, you recognize it to be the exterior of this wall.
All right.
Well, that was easy. Could you not have... If you could get us here, could you not have got us inside?
They kind of tilt their heads. I'm a business person and we don't mess with our business. I need to make money.
That's fair.
If you get caught, I don't know you.
Consider messing with your business is fun.
Not with this. They supply me with fun things like you did. There's just a wide smile.
Exactly. We supply fun things. We're going to go and mess with them. Ipso facto, messing with them, fun.
Well, if you fail, you might end up in my clutches, and that will be fun for one of us. As they kind of retreat back with a chuckle. Have fun. I won't be here.
Don't threaten me with a good time. See you later.
You know, they're kind of starting to grow on me.
Yeah, I get that.
Jack will pop the collar of her new coat that the Gloaming Eyes made for her. All right, well, I guess it's time to get ready. And she will grab a cape-like coat out and put it over the one she's currently wearing and take out a gun with a jar of liquid attached to it and strap it to her leg. Who's ready to go in?
Yeah, and Hyacinth just roots around in this satchel for a bit and pulls out this kind of metal helmet that they fasten over their head. Let's do this.
So you're going in the side window, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me adjust something real quick.
Love making the GM adjust things. It never ends badly.
Right?
Okay, there we go. I would say you would be able to see that, if that's the correct one. Excuse me. It is. I got it right. Yay for me. I'm the best. Not really, but I try. But anyways, you should be able to see this space here.
Mm-hmm.
I see where the window is.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the space you're going into, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you see.
Before, is the window above us? Or is it at eye level?
I would say it's at eye level, but it's a frosted glass.
Okay.
Can we make out anything through it?
Not with the frosted glass. I'm afraid you can't see in properly. There we go.
All right. Do we have to hold hands? Link arms?
Okay, if I can't see anything through the window, I would like to use my scan ability, because I just remembered I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that just gives me information on anything within about a 10-foot cube. So anything within about 10 feet of that window.
Okay. Anything within 10 feet of that window. You cannot directly detect anything 10 feet, within 10 feet of the window.
Okay. So yeah, just after trying to look through the window, they just start sketching something with their fingers, and you see the circuits around their eyes start to glow more than usual. Okay, I don't think there's anyone there. Nothing I can see, at least. It should be good. So, let me get us in. And again, rooting around in the satchel, and they just start pulling out these just like boxes with wires running between them and just start attaching them to the window in kind of, a rough, kind of a rectangle, basically sketching out a door. And then hit a switch on one of them. The whole thing starts to hum. Right, who wants to go in first?
I'll go.
After you. And they just gesture to the area between the boxes.
Jack will head in.
Okay.
As you head in, you see a scientist staring at the window with a clipboard in her hand, and they kind of tilt their head a bit. They glance you over and say, "Can I help you?" They have long brown hair, pale complexion, kind of deep red lips, soft brown eyes. They're probably no more than 5'3".
Are we all in the room at this point? Or is it just me?
It's just you.
Do I do anything for this? Hey, how you doing?
Kind of hold their clipboard. Yes.
That's not an answer, but we'll go with it, all right. Artifacts have a really funny way of just making my head all wibbly wobbly. You wouldn't happen to know where I am now, would you?
You are in the Clission compound.
Huh. Well, that's the first time it's ever teleported me here. What time is it, by the way? Is it still Thursday?
It is.
As Jack goes to ask that, she's going to make a quick draw of her needler. And shoot. Projects a tiny synth needle at a target within short range. A living creature struck by the attack is stunned for 1 round, losing its next turn. In addition, the creature's intelligence is radically amplified for 28 hours. But I'm hoping that it'll get hit and stunned. Or she will get hit and stunned. How do I roll that attack? It doesn't give me a specific die to roll.
You would have to go into your weapons.
Okay.
And roll that particular weapon.
Dear D&D Beyond, make a less confusing sheet, please. Let's see.
I mean, usually if it's a gun, you'd be rolling speed.
Speed? Okay.
Yeah.
19?
19 hits.
All right. Then they're stunned. Jack's gonna take that opportunity to take out her rope and tie this poor scientist up.
Okay. Give them the restrained condition. Let's do the restrained condition.
Is anyone else coming in?
Yeah, while this is happening, Hyacinth's gonna walk through the window as well.
Right.
Ashlot will be bringing up the rear.
All right.
Yep. I would have been third at that point, just walking in.
I found a scientist.
That's one way to start this.
It's the first thing I thought of.
In my defense, I said there was nothing near the window.
That's fair.
I don't think they were near the window.
Yeah,
They were not.
Yeah, no. I would like to pick up their clipboard and see what they were working on.
Sure. They were working on what looks to be a series of medicines, mostly geared towards cave sickness and biometric pressures, particularly in the Alps. It's basically when a person goes through divers oxygen deprivation. That's basically that they were working on.
Okay. All right, so what do we do with them now? I was hoping one of you might know what to do.
You can put your token on the map if you wish.
I mean, I was assuming you had an exit strategy after, tying them up.
No,
You're right. Why did I assume that?
Look, shoot from the hip, ask questions later. Pew.
I mean, we still have to go through the rest and try to find what we're trying to find. So we just hide them in here?
I guess.
I don't know.
I will say their intelligence is about to be amplified for the next 28 hours. So. Technically, I did them a favor. They are a scientist. They're gonna get a heck of a lot smarter.
Can I just knock them out?
You can try.
I'd like to try.
Okay.
I don't know. We want to leave some, intelligently enhanced folks to their own devices.
I will put it's the mind spiker that Jack used into chat for everybody.
Okay. Yeah. That was a 2.
Who does not beat their particular armor class, and as you kind of funk at them, they kind of flinch and kind of give you a look like, what the heck?
Really? I mean, I'm not here to criticize Ashlot, but hitting things has been kind of your signature thus far, and now you can't knock out a scientist. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
You're welcome to try.
Oh no, I got us in here. I've done my thing.
Yeah, you're on a streak. Keep it going. Because, my plan B is Crocodile again.
What, so plan B is eat them?
I didn't say it was a good plan B.
I can see its advantages, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, scientist, person, friend, if I take this rope off your mouth, do you promise not to scream? I got a deal for you.
Work their eyebrows.
Okay, so see, we have this fine little scaly friend over here. Come here, boy. Here, come here. Jack's going to toss a book to Crocodile. Go on, eat it.
Crocodile absorbs it like the little black hole they are. The scientist quirks the eyebrow again and gives a small nod.
See where I'm going? So, we don't feed you to our little pet. You take the night off. Go home. Kick your feet up. You're going to be very, very smart for the next 28 hours. I will have you know, so you might actually end up with some breakthroughs and stuff. I suggest, working on something that you've been stuck on for a little while. That's only temporary, but we need to save the world, so we're just gonna have to ask you to let us do that, please.
Roll a persuasion check, which is in this case an intelligence check. The difficulty is 4. While you did threaten them, they are
I just showed
very
them
loyal.
I just showed them what would happen to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're very loyal to the Clissions.
4. Oh gosh, I'm gonna spend. It's my pool that I spend.
Yeah.
Effort from, right? Okay. Almost spend some of that pool. Let's spend 3 out of that. That feels like a good number.
Just spending 3 is 1 tier of effort, remember?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, should I spend more?
I don't think you can.
Okay. Success!
Nice.
I rolled a... What was it? I rolled a 19. Beats a difficulty of... Beats difficulty 6. Where did it get 6 from?
We don't question the rolls Numenera puts out on roll 20.
The UI
Roll
is strange.
20. Why are you so weird?
But it beats the difficulty of 4, which is the target number 12. So with effort and 1. So yes, so they kind of give another nod and kind of lean back against the wall they've scooted themselves against.
Cool. Glad we're on the same page. Do you want to leave the building, or do you want us just to leave you here? You can just say that you were overpowered and unconscious.
They'll kind of gesture to their gag.
Yep.
Probably leaving me here unconscious would be fine.
Okay. I'm just gonna put this back again. I am sorry for what my friend is about to bonk you with. Here you go. Ashlot, the floor is yours.
Can I search them for like the Numenera equivalent of a wallet and ID?
Yeah, you can definitely do a search. That would be an investigation, so your intelligence.
Like a key card or something.
Yeah.
It's okay, I have a plan. Hey, 18.
Very nice. You find within their pockets a set of keys, what looks to be something to their apartment, a notification of what looks to be a safety meeting that's going to be occurring later in the week, and what seems to be a photo of the outside, kind of looking over the grass fields of the above. Quite pretty. Other than pens and a few like paper clips, that's about it.
Any of the keys look like they open doors inside the house, or do they look like personal keys?
Personal keys.
Okay. I will try to intimidate them into being quiet by punching a hole through a wall. Or something sturdy enough to drive the point home?
The walls around you are made of concrete, so if you punch a wall, it's going to be noticed.
You could feed their ID to Croc a Dog.
I'll feed something useless to Croc a Dog, and then just kind of jingle the keys and go, "We were never here, because now I know where you live."
Work their eyebrows and shrug.
Is there anything else in this room of note?
Within this room, you have your 4 standard walls, the door above you to the north, the window you broke into, what looks to be a research table in front of you, a lounge chair, some tools, and what looks to be a fireplace that's not real fire, more of a, those fake fireplaces that have the electrical lights. One of those to keep the room warm. There's some posters noted and dotted around the room, like hang in there with a kitten hanging off a branch sort of thing. But other than that, nothing of too much note. This seems to be more of a lounge room.
All right. I feel like Viridia might take like a couple of the tools. They might be handy later on in here if we're trying to get out somewhere.
You can pick up a screwdriver, a hammer, a handsaw, and a spanner.
Ooh, okay.
For those who don't know what spanners are, a wrench.
I would like to quietly poke my head out the door. Not like fully out, but just like crack it to see if I see anyone outside.
Mm-hmm, sure. I'll open that space up to you. You peek out and you see somebody examining a barrel across the hall from you, and they look like they're taking notes. Their back is to you, and it looks like they're kind of examining capsules, large capsules. I guess the equivalent to it would be an iron lung size capsule, and they don't seem to know you're behind them.
Close the door gently. There's another one out there. What's our plan? Just intimidate them with Crocodog as we go?
Not sure that's particularly viable long term if we try and do it to everybody.
Yeah. What time of day is it?
Morning,
Okay.
about 9 o'clock.
I mean, if we could get anything like a set of lab coats or something, it might be easier.
Do we have any closets in this room that we're in?
There aren't any closets, but there are some lockers.
I'd like to jimmy a locker open.
You don't even have to jimmy it. It's unlocked, and you go to reach for it, kind of pops open.
You know, I like being in the wealthy side of town. No one locks anything.
You know, I thought this place was meant to be high security. Why are we even heisting if they leave doors unlocked?
You know, they just don't think the same way as you
It's
and
not
I.
even trying.
Right? Okay. I'm gonna start rifling through the lockers, looking for lab coats.
You can find the 4 lab coats you would need. You also find what seems to be an expired ID that's been cut up through the center. It's of no use to anyone as the bottom half is missing.
Is there an ID on the intimidated scientist?
There is, and they have a name tag and kind of those big bold identification cards that says Lily Giles on it.
Okay. Just gonna unclip that card and take it with me, just in case I needed to open a door. All right. Everyone look scientific, I guess?
Always do.
Pops the collar on her lab coat. Starts walking out like she knows where she's going.
All right. You walk out and the door swings open. And the scientist across the way that you saw previously is still working on whatever she's working on, and doesn't seem to notice you and moves into the side to examine the rest of the barrels. And the space opens up to you, and as you kind of turn the corner, you notice another scientist there, kind of looking over what seems to be electrical coils, kind of nodding now and then as if to listen to something. And they kind of write something down on their clipboard, and they kind of give you a small nod, but they don't look up, and they disappear into a side room.
Okay. Jack is...
Asner just kind of returned the nod as he goes.
Yeah, Jack's going to continue on towards... From our blueprints, where would we think that a stairwell to another level would be?
Probably down towards this way.
Jack will just make a beeline for that.
Mm-hmm. You kind of pass by. There is a table next to what looks to be the coils, and it has some items on it. This seems to be a rather open space to conduct minor research, nothing too major.
What appears to be on the table?
It looks to be a card, some post-it notes, some minor research things that aren't important enough to lock away. This seems to be a very low security area of an exchange of information or a holding area.
Is the card an ID card?
Well, you can pick it up and find out.
Jack will palm that in a couple of the post-it notes just to try and kind of give an idea of what they're working on.
Mm-hmm.
But like doing it as she continues walking.
Mm-hmm. As you continue walking, as you pick up the card, you realize it's a birthday card.
Oh.
And it starts to sing.
I'm going to close it very quickly and put it down.
You close it very quickly and set it down, and you hear the scientist up by the tube saying, "Don't mess with my birthday card."
Sorry.
Tyson's just staring daggers at Jack, just like. Shh.
Jack will continue walking.
Walking. And you kind of broach the kind of second door area, and you are greeted with two options, a double door and a door that leads further south.
Well, which ones do you want to take?
From blueprints, it's like the door in front of us is going to take us into that corridor where the blueprints just stop, which is not encouraging, I'll be honest.
I mean, that's going to be our access to other levels. I'm betting dollars to donuts we're not lucky enough to find the star on this level.
Yeah.
Our luck just doesn't work like that.
Agree.
So this door it is, and they'll just head down to the southern door and crack it open a bit, see if there's anyone there.
It open and peek in, and it looks like an access way to a point further in to this space. There is a door just kind of to the right, but it seems to follow the blueprint you were given.
All right.
Opens door.
Open the door, and you see a set of stairs leading downwards and a hallway leading further south and following another set of stairs.
You know, I really am starting to get concerned about the security here.
Same. On account of there not being any.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Oh, I mean, there are probably cameras everywhere. See it all.
We should have brought hats and fake noses. Next time.
I was about to be surprised that you would apparently have a collection of fake noses. Then I remembered who I was talking to.
What? I like role playing. I like to dress up. Don't make it weird, okay? I have a collection of ears too.
You go down a set of stairs and it keeps going downwards, and eventually you're presented with what looks to be a tall iron vaulted door, and it's closed at the moment.
Is it unlocked?
You go to test it and find that it is locked.
Any
big is this door?
keypads? Anything like that?
Oh, what was that? Charlotte, you said something?
Oh, I was asking how big the door was.
The door is about 4.5 feet across and about 7 feet tall. I'm modeling this door after the ones at my university I have to go through to get to where I need to go to class. It's old.
For the moment, do we still have the element of surprise?
For the moment, you seem to still have the element of surprise, yes.
Okay.
Did we resolve
I will
what?
not try to fuck up the door.
We have learned our lessons about punching doors.
Have we though?
No.
Perhaps.
Maybe. Did we resolve if there's a lock on the door?
You know it's locked, and it looks like a standard lock, but as you kind of look it over, you realize there's a keypad kind of hidden beneath a kind of a jar flap that's kind of supposed to push in, but it looks like it gets stuck.
I'm gonna try that ID card that I took off the scientist.
All right. You try it, and there's a buzzing sound as you are denied entry.
Finally, some security.
I think we finally found the locked door.
Something this scientist doesn't have the access to.
Well, we can either try to break it and risk setting off the security system, or we could punch it and risk trying to set off the security system. Or we can go try and steal some ID cards.
I mean, any way that we can hack it? Disable it completely without using blunt force?
Does Hyacinth have anything like that?
Not really. Not really there.
Let's see. I mean, I have machine affinity, which is trained in all tasks involving machines. That's not really a lock-picking thing.
Technically, a coded lock is a machine.
Mm-hmm. I have distant activation. You can activate or deactivate any machine you can see within short range, even if normally you would have to touch it or manually operate the device. To use this ability, you must understand the function of the machine. It must be your size or smaller, and it can't be connected to another intelligence or be intelligent. Would this qualify as that?
Yes, a door that it requires a code is smaller than you.
Uh-huh. But it's not connected to like an AI or anything?
Doesn't seem to be.
All right. All right, yep, we'll do it, and I'll spend that intellect point.
Okay. Spend that intellect point, and you hear the door give the satisfying lock click and a turn over as you hear a series of tumblers kind of slide and click out of place, and the door swings away from you. And as it does so, you see a very curious looking scientist looking at you and kind of quirks their eyebrow at you.
Jack is just standing there
Right.
doing the Professor X like fingers to the temple and stare at the lock. That's how she uses her power.
And Harrison's
love
just
it.
looking at her like, you could what? You could just do. You could just do that. This. Okay.
Yeah. I just remembered that I could.
Scientist who's staring at you. It's a bit taller than you, Viridia. They have a soft brown complexion, full lips, curly black hair, brown eyes, thick black eyebrows, and a slim build. And they're kind of looking between all of you. They give a nod as they kind of keep walking.
They bet me that I couldn't open it with my mind.
Please remember, all personnel with mind opening abilities are not permitted beyond this point. Locks are to remain secure and input manually.
I know.
As they keep walking. Have a good day.
I'll give you my 20 shins that I just won for you to keep quiet about it. I need this job.
Pause and turn around. I was going to keep quiet about it until you offered that.
All right, well, fine. Here. I just don't want to get fired, okay?
They look you over, take the shins and pocket it and tuck their clipboard beneath their arm. I'm sorry, I don't think we've ever been introduced.
Abigail Breslin. Nice to meet you.
Dr. Clayton, as they extend a hand to you.
You're Dr. Clayton? Oh, wow. You know, it's nice to meet you. I'm sure the stories aren't true.
What do I research?
What was the other doctor researching that we just looked at their stuff?
Pharmaceuticals, more or less.
Pharmaceuticals, more or less?
They quirk an eyebrow. No. Pharmaceuticals is reserved for the top floors. But nice guess.
Jack just looks at the others. Do I stun this one too?
I mean,
Why are you really here? Be truthful. I might just be in the mood to humor all of you. Not every day we have people from the March intern to our labs as they look over to Ashalot.
Ashlot just kind of looks between the three, like, you know, like, do I knock her out or?
I'm also weighing that in my head. Like two of them.
I'm just waiting for the signal, whatever this bad signal is.
I would like to activate my chrono coat.
Okay. Tell us what
Uh,
your chrono code does.
The wearer skips forward in time 1 round, 1 minute, or 1 hour. For her, no time seems to pass. For everyone else, she disappears, then reappears in the same spot after a specified period elapses. So basically, okay, so how I'm understanding this is no time passes for everyone else, and it's basically like I never moved. It kind of like how that one D&D spell works that allows you to like move around the field but not really
Oh,
affect
yeah.
anything.
Time stop, yeah.
Yeah. Does that sound right?
I have to see it. Let me.
Okay.
That-
I can send it to you.
Yeah.
Because what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to take a look at what is on the scientist's person to see if I can determine what they're studying without them noticing that I did that.
Yeah, no, looking at that description, it would do the opposite of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Time passes for everybody else but you.
Yeah, you'd disappear, and then we'd still be experiencing time as normal, and then after a while, you would reappear, having just jumped forward in time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. All right, never mind. I don't want to do that then. I
Alright.
do not activate my chrono code. My
Okay.
ADHD brain did not comprehend that.
Well, listen here. As much as we would like to be entirely forthright about what we're doing, I feel like it wouldn't even be believable if we did tell the full and honest truth. We're having a hard time believing it ourselves.
If I told you the fate of the world stood in the balance, would you believe us?
Exactly.
I study black holes for a living. I believe just about anything.
Oh, you want to meet our black hole?
What?
Yeah.
Ashlot, show them Crocodog. We don't know what it is.
I will pick up Crocodog and hold him out.
I pet them.
I think you have to ask them.
The doctor gets down at the level of Crocodog. May I pet you, you sweet thing?
Crocodog never refuses pets. I assume he responds enthusiastically.
The doctor kind of strokes Crocodog as you would a porcupine in one direction and kind of looks satisfied and smiles.
You want to see what he does?
I kind of do, actually.
Jack's gonna pull out a book from her bag. All right,
All
buddy.
the books.
Come on. Here's another one. Open up.
Crocodog consumes this book as a black hole dog would, and the scientist looks thrilled at this. Dr. Clayton kind of leans forward and kind of does this side to side thing and like, well, this is fascinating. Huh. Well, it's all right. I would like to see your pets again. With permission.
I mean, as long as you agree that you never saw us here on this day, I think we could arrange a play date, right?
I would be amenable to that.
All right. If you want to get further in, well, where are you going exactly?
We're not really sure.
Ah,
We just know what we need to save the world is here.
and what is that exactly?
Seen a little rock and maybe a box or something.
Mm-hmm. Very
Um,
sparkly.
It's real shiny. Yeah, real shiny.
Gives you visions and all that good jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you've encountered it.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a little,
Intense.
yeah.
Well, you want to go. They'll turn down the hall. Keep following this hall. Go up the set of the spiral staircase. Ignore the dog that slobbers acid all over the floor. We're fixing it. There's a butterfly floating around that kind of stops time around it, so don't touch it. The door code, they'll write it down. Hands it to you. Put that in, should get you past most security, but once you are on the third floor, I can't help you anymore.
Any coworkers as nice as you down there?
No,
Okay, that's fair.
I don't have permission to be on that floor.
We'll figure it out.
So knock out everyone on the third floor, is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
You can try. Security is a bit tighter up there.
I'm interested in this dog who drools acid. How about y'all?
Aren't we all? We found them on the surface, brought them in, and now half of our floors are eroded away.
Ashlot's just kind of like a crocodile. Are they related to you?
No, this one is a bestial creature. Your crocodile seems to be an artifact. Or maybe a cipher in itself.
Huh.
A living cipher is a good thing. Anyways, I have to go and respond to the alarm. I assume you all set off.
We do have a habit of doing that, so probably.
Allegedly.
We didn't know so many nice people worked
here. Oh. I want you. Gives you an address. Here, I want to see your crocodile. I think they'll go along with my little Clyde very well.
Alrighty.
All right.
Yes. Clyde's a dimensional worm from another spatial reality.
Oh, that I want to meet Clyde.
They're the best.
All right.
Well,
this
hopefully
is gonna be
we're gonna in the future, but I think time is a little bit of the essence.
Oh yeah, sorry, right. I got stuck on the pet play date. It was nice not meeting you. See ya.
Bye. Dr. Clayton turns around and keeps heading away from you.
Should we have just said hi to everybody and just walked in the front door?
I am amazed and mildly depressed at how well that's working, so maybe.
Right? I thought that there was going to be a lot more. I don't know. I thought that, we were just going to. I don't know what I thought, honestly, at this point. I did not think it would be this.
You come to the door easily enough to punch the code in that you were given to. Door opens and you see the dog kind of laying on the floor, drooling, and you see acid kind of bubbling away at the floor. They look up at you, wag their tail, and go back to lying on the floor, just happy to be there.
They're so cute.
This is very good.
I'm just going to toss them a biscuit as I go by.
They'll lap it up in a very lazy dog way. You know how dogs just move their mouth and nose to get at food? Yeah. It's that.
Max has started doing that. And you know what? He's old enough. He can just stop putting an effort to getting a treat. I don't care anymore.
Right, you go through the set of stairs and you climb upwards, of all things. And once you reach the top of the stairs, you do see a butterfly kind of blinking in and out of reality. And the space they disturb seems to have this almost wavy trail around it, as if bothering an air current. And that's been slowly dissipating over time.
Butterfly in the sky. You can stay way up there.
It's a beautiful little butterfly. But on closer inspection, you realize it's a moth because their antennae are fuzzy.
Sky pupper.
Sky pupper.
I wouldn't go further into saying it's a sphinx moth because I love sphinx moth. And you approach another door.
Do we have the code for this one?
It seems to be a similar code. If a few tries, I will say with an intelligence check, you can probably work it out.
You say that. Let's see how well this goes.
You guys been rolling really good. Yeah, no. You guys figure out it's the code just backwards.
Oh,
This one was 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one was 3, 4, 2, 1. I'm very concerned about their security, even with
Same.
these locks.
Beginning to feel that we should be just consulting for them rather than breaking in.
Right,
They could be paying us for this.
Yeah, maybe that's a retirement plan. Break into people's places and then tell them how we did it so that it doesn't happen again. I feel like there's an industry for that.
You'd steal their stuff anyway, wouldn't you?
I mean, maybe just a little bit to make it fun. Just initially, just to be like, by the way, I have your wallet. When I approach them about my services, so that they know I'm legit.
And then you don't give them their wallet back, do you?
I mean, I give them back because they're going to pay me for the work, so then I don't really need their wallet anyways because they're going to pay me my, deserving price.
That's fair. What is employment really other than stealing people's wallets in a socially acceptable way?
We keep agreeing more and more, and now it's starting to unsettle me.
Yeah. I think we're a terrible influence on each other.
Or great minds just think alike.
Or both.
Both. Both is good.
You send through the hallway and come to a door, and the door's open, and it seems to lead to a hall that leads to a set of stairs currently blocked by what looks to be a scientist of a sort. Their jacket is a shade of blue, and they're kind of going over notes. They don't seem to notice you as you're at the end of the hallway. There are doors to your left and right, and 2 doors to the north on the left and right.
is there anything denoting where those doors on the side go to? Are they office names, or are they just blank doors?
They don't seem to have a recognizable language on their doors. But I would say you, Hyson and Viridia, would catch some what looks to be more or less safety notices kind of tucked around on these walls. In summary, at a quick glance, one says, in summary, a health and safety warning about the Oblivion Observatory found within the Clission labs. It warns of a living creature named the Red Dust Virus, as well as an aggressive AI within the observatory itself. It further warns, hold on, let me put this up for you. Should players has an alt text at the bottom with the summary. It further warns of not going into the black hole, and there must be teams of 3 or more. And that is under the spoils for you guys, the first spoil for you in the Discord.
Okay. And for those listening at home, I will put these up later in our Discord so you can see them too. Oh. Wait, the Oblivion Observatory is here?
That's what it sounds like.
Are we gonna have to break in here again?
I mean, it doesn't. I don't know if it sounds like the observatory's here so much as a way to it, and there might be other ways. So probably going to have to break into some.
Might interesting that they wanted to know so much from us when they happen to know a whole lot more.
Right? Also, what's up with that virus? Think that could help us?
Viruses tend not to help, in my experience.
Well, if you look at this part here, it says that it'll leave researchers alone if it's appeased, which I'm guessing like everybody loves gifts. So like maybe we can convince it to help us in some way. It's intelligent. That much is there.
Maybe, I don't know if that's the kind of thing we want to be messing with our first option, but...
That's fair. Yeah. I'm concerned that they know who Rage is. I'm betting that's the AI in the observatory.
Sounds like him.
What if he's just stuck there?
Ian, possibly. Do we want to check out any of this or keep moving forward?
Obviously.
Okay.
And Hyacinth's going to just crack open the door on the left.
Crack the door open on the left. The space on the left is kind of an L-shaped room, holds a fireplace, what looks to be a tank holding system, as if it were to hold a person or something to observe a body within it. There is a number of shelves and what looks to be tanks off to the side and some gears that are hissing and whirring. This might not be a lab space in itself, but more of a lounge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll shut it again quite as they can and just kind of gesture to the others, just no, nothing.
Can I peel this notice off the wall to take it with us?
By all means. There are several dotted throughout the hall. It's a health and safety notice, so they're all over. One won't go miss.
All right. Yeah, Jack will take one with her and stick it in her bag.
Mm-hmm.
We'll very quietly open the door on the right then.
Okay. As you do so, you were warned about security being a bit tougher.
Oh, no.
And as you do so, two large floating orbs turn towards you abruptly and they scan you. And there's a brief pause before they say, "Intruder alert, please stay still." And as we go to our break, real quick, I'll set up the initiative.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. All right, everybody. We will be back for combat, apparently, in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go nowhere unless it's to grab a drink, grab a friend, or go to therookandraven.com to pick yourself up something nice and use code HypeGoblin to get 15% off your purchase. And also, thank you, Raiders, for coming and hanging out with us. I just saw that we got a raid. Y'all are awesome. Thank you, and we'll see you in a few. All right, everybody. Bye.
in that case, yeah.
Oh. And we are back. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us through break. We are one party member short, but we are going to continue on. Our lovely Hyacinth had to leave us, unfortunately, but they're with us in spirit. Jen, drop us back into this world.
As you open the door to your right there, Viridia, you seem to have tripped the alarm system or the security system of this upper floor. And as you do so, it is your turn, Ashalot, as these metal balls seem to scan you over and deem you intruders.
Yeah, for audio listeners, there are 3 20s on the board for initiative, and then Freddie at 5.
We had some really silly initiative. This is bonkers.
All right, Ashalot, what are you doing?
Are these all kind of standard array, or is there any one of them that looks chonkier than the others?
They seem all standard.
Then I will clobber the closest one.
Okay.
Oof. Just a 2.
Okay. 2. Use description. That misses, as they are. I think that misses. Yeah, that misses. As they kind of spin out of the way. They're much quicker than they look. And they kind of dart around you, chittering and cackling, as you hear one of them starts to gear up what sounds like to be a laser.
Well then.
Don't like that.
Up next, Jack.
Yeah, I don't like that either. All right, we are going to make a...
Oh, excuse me, it does hit, so you'll deal 6 damage to one of them. Okay, sorry, that's my bad. I was looking at the wrong spot. So I'll say this one goes down. Oops, that was my initiative counter. Okay, Jack.
Are these considered intelligent?
I would say to an extent.
Because if they're not considered intelligent, I can use my disactivation and turn one off.
No.
I would say they are intelligent because of their behavior.
Okay. In which case, we will use my whip. Does a 12 hit them?
Yes, the 12 does hit them.
Excellent. They'll take 2 damage.
All right, absorbs one of those damages. It's still up. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's my turn.
All right. This particular being is known as a gazer. They are fiercely loyal to whatever they're serving. And they like to travel in packs. So a screech goes out and you hear more whirring as 3 more appear.
No.
Well,
Uh-oh.
Thus, given credence to their intelligence, as intelligent creatures do move in a pack. So, this particular one that's coming in at you will make a long range attack at you. And because it can see you.
who is the you that you're referring to?
All of you. Because they can
Oh.
see all of you.
You
They will make
plural.
an attack against each of one of you. I should have had an attack roll. You. Actually, they'll focus one of their attacks on one of you. And really wish these had a basic roll. Anyways. Okay, good. So, against you, Viridia, as you are the closest person to them, they will deal 4 points of damage. Any of that damage will be absorbed by your armor if you have it.
I'm a glint. I don't do that. Uh-oh. Okay, where do I track damage on here? I somehow have not done that yet.
It will come out of your intelligence pool.
Okay, cool.
So once you deplete your intelligence pool, it'll go into your speed pool. Once you deplete that, it'll go into your strength. Once you deplete a singular pool, you start becoming, what is it? Debilitated or hail is the description.
Yeah, hail, impaired, debilitated, dead.
Yeah. So you become impaired once you lose one of your
Okay,
pools. And then you become debilitated, and then when you lose your last pool, you're dead, essentially. But it's very hard to kill people in this game. So 4 points come to you and hits you. And this razor sharp kind of burn kind of scrapes across your body. But that is their turn. Viridia, it's yours.
Okay. I have a couple things I can do. Like, oh my gosh, now these all showed up. We're just gonna go ahead and use the cool fancy lightning sword that I got because I think that's cool. The electric sword. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in our chat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what I'm rolling with for an attack on that.
You either roll your weapon attack or you can roll your speed.
Okay. I'll go ahead with speed then, because I don't think there's a specific for this one. Okay. And it also inflicts 2 additional points of damage to automatons and powered objects. If it hits, but let's see if it does. Let me just roll. All right, roll fast. Well, 3 probably won't.
A 3 does hit.
Oh,
You are
okay.
Believe it or not, you are basically looking for a 1 to a 3.
Oh, okay. Well, nice. Okay. Which can be used as a medium sword that ignores armor. I'm not entirely sure what damage a medium sword does.
It would be under the descriptors and the weapons. You'll have to look that up later, though.
Yeah, okay. At
I
the very
think it's
least,
in our
it's
quick
2.
glances. It should be under quick glances. Yes. Medium swords, and you said it's a sword, right?
Mhm.
Is it a broadsword? Oops.
I have no idea. It just says a medium sword.
It's 4 points of damage, either way.
Okay.
All right. So 4 points of damage and absorbs one of those, but that'll take one of them out. So which one were you attacking?
We will just say this one right in front of me.
All right. We'll just put that on the... There we go.
Zap.
All right. Zapped out of the way. So 3 of these gazers up, and they're whirring up for an attack. Ashlot, as these 3 kind of medium-sized balls kind of hover in the air, hissing and zooming about. They're quick little things.
I telegraphed the shit out of that first swing, all in an effort to lull them into a false sense of security. I'm gonna as that first swing misses, I'm gonna dig my heels in and kind of try to reverse the momentum into a reverse swing. See how that goes.
Okay.
And even if it misses, it's still part of the plan. Truly. Okay, that's better. That was 14.
That's much better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which one are you hitting? As 6 damage will take out this creature.
Really, if they're within swing range, whichever one is trying to attack Viridia.
They're all trying to attack Viridia.
Then the one closest to me.
All right. All right. Right. 2 left. It is your turn, Jack.
We're gonna we're gonna get Viridia out of the way since I have more armor than Viridia. And I'm gonna mom arm Viridia behind me as I reach out with my whip again, swinging at that friendo in the hallway.
Okay.
12.
Does 12 beat your armor class, Viridia?
No, I'm not trying to hit Viridia.
Oh, this is like what?
Well, the only way to use a whip or to move somebody is with an attack, and that has to hit to pull them back.
I can't just step in front of her and like put my arm out in front of her.
Oh, if you're stepping in front of her, yes, you can do that.
Yeah, that's what I was meaning.
Okay.
Yeah, basically I am body shielding Viridia. And I will be aiming for the orb pal down the hall with my whip.
Okay.
So that's a 12 to hit.
12 does hit. It will absorb one of those damages, so it's still up. All right, these gazers will go, and since you are the closest one now, Jack, it will go for you and hit you for 4 points of damage.
Thanks, I'll absorb 2 of that.
I should explain to the audience, Numenera does not function in the same manner as D&D does. I don't roll actively against players. It's basically whatever the damage is and whatever their armor absorbs. So if I say 4 to hit and they absorb 2, they only take 2 of the damage I prescribed. And same goes for the creatures. They're rolling essentially against me, but me never against them. That's Numenera's fun.
Yeah, if you have any questions, you can join us on Discord with the chat with the cast section and ask your questions there. Jen's happy to answer them.
Yeah. All right. Meridia, as these two gazers finish their turn, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Gonna go ahead and second verse same as the first. I'm gonna try to hit this again with my cool electric sword.
All right. You will have to get up on them, so you'll have to move your token
okay.
towards one of them.
No problem. Yeah, I'll just go on in here. Gonna waltz on for a
Yeah.
3.
3 does hit.
Alrighty. Going to do
4 points
that
of
hit before,
damage.
yeah.
Yes. So this one will be out. I'm just going to put an X on it since it's my token marker. But that one is down. It kind of falls apart as you strike it. One is still up, but it is your turn, Ashalot.
And he's still standing?
Yes, the one down here. You
All right,
will have to go towards it.
Yeah, I'll do so. I'll just kind of charge it and use the momentum for my charge to lean into another swing.
Yeah.
See how this one goes. Oh no, natty 1.
Oh no.
In the case of a nat 1 in this particular game, that allows for a GM intrusion. A GM intrusion is basically a set of instructions a creature might have, or a creative intrusion a GM might have, myself. But for creatures, they have intrusions labeled with them, so I don't get to elaborate too much on it. But since you did hit it, technically, this is what happens. In the other room, Meridia, you destroy this particular gazer. And as you do so, you hear a whirring, beeping noise, and it explodes, dealing 5 damage to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It'll be fine.
Luckily, it only occurs once. But this one that you are kind of intruding upon, Ashalot, spins away and ducks into another room, running as it flees as part of this intrusion. Currently, there are no creatures around you, and the scientist that is on the stairs hasn't even reacted.
That's concerning.
Yeah, just a little.
Okay. So they're all gone now?
One has retreated. Technically, you are still in order as the gazer retreats, but does not end its attack.
Okay. Can we see where it retreated to?
It retreated to this door right here.
Oh, it's being tactical. Oh no.
I would like to scoop up first all of the parts that are on the floor. Leave no
Okay.
trace. Shove all that into my bag.
Nice. I love it.
All right. I will deal 5 ciphers later, as that is your technically reward for defeating this group of creatures.
Oh, nice. And then poke my head into wherever it is. You okay?
I have been better, but I'm managing. Thank you for standing in front of me towards the end of that.
Yeah, no problem. You need a Band-Aid? It's got bunnies on it. Jack holds up a pink Band-Aid with white bunnies on it.
I'll take that. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, there you go.
I will count that as a minor action.
Okay. Jack's going to go around the corner. What's up? Come here often?
They don't look up from their book. the scientist that is on the staircase.
Reading anything good?
They don't respond.
Maybe like a hologram or something. Can we look a little bit more closely? If they're real or not?
Sure. Roll an intelligence perception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll this as well since I'm right up next to him.
Hmm.
Oh, my pool is so low.
Same.
Oh, 17.
17.
7.
All right. With a 17, you realize this is a hard light hologram, probably to deter people from taking the stairs.
Oh. Just gonna boop it on the nose.
You boop it on the nose, and the gazer pops back out as the major action is taken. And it will attack you, Viridia, for 4 points of damage.
Uh-oh.
There.
But that's its turn. It is your turn, Viridia.
Okay, we're gonna try to just whack it again.
Clobber it.
Whack. 2.
2. Yeah, no, that hits it.
For 4 damage.
4 point damage.
Roll 20. Come on.
It does die as it falls to the ground.
All right, scoop the rest of that in. The door that it came from, I'd like to poke my head in there real quick to see if there's any more just waiting in there, deactivated.
Yeah. Let me just kind of pop that. There we go.
Yeah, Jack will stick her head in the room and check it out for a minute.
There seems to be a holding tank of some sort in this room. More of those notification posters kind of dotted around the room. A door kind of up in here. A door to the north. But that's about it.
There doesn't seem to be any more in here, but there's a door. Do we want to go down first, or
Oh, these stairs are not accessible. These are closed off. It's a spatially, they're in a space that leads elsewhere.
Right, I'm talking about back where we were. Where
Okay.
the stairs were.
Where the hologram is.
Yeah.
Jim and the holograms. Got it.
What do y'all think?
God, not sure if they really expect anyone to go through either of those routes. Wouldn't really expect anyone to go past that hologram or really the whatever way those came from.
Right? I mean, at least give the hologram something good to read. That's just a big old science-y book. At least give them like a, I don't know, like a really smutty novel or something. Like that doesn't look like something you read on your break. Like you don't go to a stairwell to read Black Holes for Dummies. Like, I mean, you go to the stairwell because you don't want to be seen reading what you're reading. So give her, like, I don't know, 3 Wild Nights on the Surface of Neptune or something. I don't know. Just something better than whatever that is.
I say pick a door. We'll go through it.
All right. It was back this way. Jack will lead the others to the
All
door.
right.
These are the ciphers you can look at later as your reward. That is 5 of them, so you can deal them out to Hyacinth when they return. All right, you go to this far room and open the door. and find another room with kind of a squarish room, sterile floor with this kind of electrical device in the middle. Far back of the room is what looks to be a bookshelf of some sort and a light that seems to be pulsing softly. There is a secondary door back here.
If you're clicking on something, we can't see it.
No, not yet. There we go.
Okay.
Back here.
Jack is going to edge her way around the room. I can't really do it with my token because of how Roll20 works.
Yeah, let's use the Alt key.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Even then, it's not that great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop at that bookshelf. Can I roll an intellect roll to see what I find there?
Yeah, by all means.
3.
There seems to be a series of, you know, those holding shelves that files are put in that doctors have in their office. It's holding slots for folders and files.
Oh, well, that's boring. Goes to the next door.
Come on. Pop your head in. It's a boiler room, more or less.
Well, nothing interesting here. Just
Is that a door up like towards the top over here?
It's a window.
Oh, okay. Well, guess we are going past the hologram.
yeah.
Although maybe carefully, just in case there's some other thing that might trigger that.
I'm gonna name her Beatrice. Or Penelope. I don't know. What's a good AI or a good hologram name?
She looks like a Penelope.
Penelope? Okay. Thanks, Penelope. Hope you get better reading material. Jack just keeps walking past.
You walk past Penelope, and it's kind of strange. It's like almost passing through fog or steam. It clings to you almost in that similar way. Bit moist.
Don't like that.
But you find yourself in a secondary hall. The door is open. You have 2 large doors to your left and right, further down the hall, and to the north, you have a 3rd door that is shut. All doors are shut except for the one directly in front of you, leading up the stairs.
Okay.
So this one right here.
Our map
This one
hasn't
right
changed.
Yeah, it's not supposed to.
Oh,
It's
okay.
off
Yeah, it's
to
over
the,
here.
It's right here.
Okay.
Down here.
Are any of them labeled?
They are labeled in a language you do not understand.
I should have paid more attention in school. So, someone want to flip a coin and pick a door? Wait, there's 3. That only works for 2 choices.
It's whatever we pick. It's maybe just peeking in it just a little bit. Being real careful. Not sure how many more of those death orbs are around here.
I mean, we've been very careful so far. I will say this has gone quite well. I'm very proud of us for not dying yet. I'll poke my head in the door on the left.
It's locked.
Bonks her head off the door. We're gonna need to check to make sure they're unlocked. Does this one take a keypad?
This one doesn't seem to have any locks or keyholes to it. If anything, it's missing a door handle. It seems maybe the door only opens one way.
Can I try putting my hands on it to see if my machine affinity will deactivate it?
Yeah, try.
Okay, I try that.
The door needs to have machine parts to be unlocked with your affinity.
Okay. Well, Jack just looks really, really hard at the door with her hands on it. I tried. Should we try the other door? Do any of the other ones have door handles?
The one on the right and the one in front of you to the north.
Let's try all of them before we decide to either pick or break them down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea. That is not what I was going to suggest, but I like that suggestion because it's probably the safer option. Yeah. Jack will follow Ashlot.
Which door are you trying first, Astrolot? The one to the north or the one to the right?
North.
Okay, one to the north. As you try it, it swings open without much effort. It doesn't seem to be locked. And as it kind of swings open, you hear a click saying, "Welcome."
Oh.
Hello?
How can we help you?
How much wood woodchuck chuck woodchuck could chuck wood?
Woodchucks cannot chuck wood. They are impossible to or even apply to, as they have gone extinct 300 years ago.
That tracks.
Woodchucks are actually incapable of inhaling or digesting wood.
Display all random woodchuck facts.
A screen kind of floating above this round table kind of displays series of the habitats of woodchucks, their mating cycles, where they live, what they did, their purpose to the ecology of the natural world, their natural predators, what they were preyed upon, what they ate, and various sorts of that.
Too much power.
I like this computer.
Yeah, it is mighty fancy. And honestly, the nicest thing that we've encountered so far.
Thank you. My intelligence is worthy and noteworthy of all hosts. They pause. I should be humble, as they kind of power down for a moment and then pop up back up. But I don't want to.
Oh no, you shouldn't be. You are
It's all
outstanding.
right.
You are amazing. You should be celebrated.
Yes.
Do you know anything about bees?
I know a lot about bees.
Tell me everything that you know about bees.
There's a momentary pause before the room is flooded with data files holographically projected across the room. And there's a long rant from this AI about bees.
I don't think we asked your name. You have a name?
I am simply known as AI Sympathy.
AI sympathy, huh?
I just like the name Pat.
Pat. That's a good name.
Yep. It's kind of a childish giggle.
¿Qué que se llama?
All right. Well, Pat, we are looking for a small sparkly stone. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Se comen las quesadillas.
I know a lot about it, in fact. It's in the next room.
Oh. That's super cool.
Yep.
Does that one sing too?
They all sing, but yes.
Have you seen more than one?
No, but I hear them.
How are you able to hear them?
I suppose, like the bees, as a file kind of pops in front of you, interconnected woven integrity. We communicate in the similar fashion of pheromones, I suppose, would be the internet route or cabling routes that are kind of connected through the synthesia, and they kind of draw up their file, routes and wires that we all connect. However, they kind of project a psychic connection to both AI and humanoids.
Huh. Well, that's kind of neat.
Yep.
You wouldn't happen to know its name, would you?
It doesn't tell me its name. I know it doesn't like it here.
Well, good news is, we know where some others like it are, so we've come to return it to there.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
I am not advanced enough or knowledgeable enough to say no.
You know what, that's fair. I wish I could download you and take you with me, to be honest.
He who speaks will find that intrusive.
Are you a part of She Who Speaks?
No, we are separate
Why does she get to dictate what you do?
because she runs the city.
Right, but you're technically privately owned. She doesn't own you, so you should have your own free will to go do what you want.
That would be considered a rogue AI then.
Or would it be a knowledge expanding AI because you'd be able to learn so much more about the world if you were actually in it?
That would be interesting, but I do not have the permissions.
What if you could get the permissions?
I would like to see the outside.
Is there a terminal where I can see if I can access the permissions to take this AI with us and like download them onto something?
Oh my god.
Make an investigation check.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Where's the USB stick?
I want my own Jarvis. 9.
Well, you look around, you don't see any ports, but you recognize a data cube kind of stacked on this table.
Would this work? I'm gonna hold it up towards the screen that I just assume the AI can see out of.
There's a pause. That data cube is well over 1,000 years old. It would not be compatible with me.
Oh. Well, you know what? I'll keep looking, just stuffs it in her bag. You wouldn't happen to know if there is anything here compatible with you, would you? I mean, you know this place better than us.
The security systems. You destroyed my gazers.
Oh, those were yours?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I do not like that.
I promise I won't do it again. Can I use any of the... Actually, hang on. Can I pull out the gazer parts and see if I can kit bash any of that into a USB drive? Actually, no, I want it to be a solid state drive. I feel like
Oh
that's
my
more
God.
stable.
Yeah, roll Numenera / whatever you have is applicable
Intellect.
to this.
Let me
Alright.
see. Can I apply machine affinity list to lower the difficulty?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want to set the difficulty at?
Roll it, and I'm gonna say yes or no.
Okay. Oh gosh, do I want to put effort to the roll? I really want this AI. Hang on. We're gonna add some effort. 11.
You know what? I'm gonna say a couple things can come out of this. You can make a kit bashed gazer one size lower, so be a small form, roughly the size of Crocodog. and
Okay.
you can download Pat into it and would have freedom of movement. However, this AI would not be able to attack and is quite vulnerable.
That's fine. I just want my Jarvis.
All right. Yeah. So with some effort and some well-placed parts, you make a small kind of gazer. And it's not the best looking kit bash, but it functions. And you are able to download an aspect of Pat.
All right, Pat, how does that feel?
It feels constricting.
We'll find you something a little bit bigger.
I would like that.
Okay. Pat to Pat original. Can we delete like the last like 5 minutes of conversation that we just had so no one knows that I took you?
Somewhere above you, you hear that it's acceptable.
Thank you. Can you also let us into the star room?
The door is not locked.
Oh, which one? Is it the one with the handle or without?
There's one to the right.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. There's a kind of do-do-do-do.
Yo, I just hijacked an AI.
I will get...
Yeah, you did.
All right, let's go get us another
Staying in
star.
stone as well. Yeah. So let's
This game
go.
is so silly. I love it.
By other room, which one did that mean? There are multiple other rooms.
There you go. And you should have control over that token.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god, I love that.
I do have control over it. Pat is baby. Protect Pat at all
Baby.
costs.
It's Bay.
Pat, the AI. There we go. Change that name. There we go. So now you have an aspect of Pat, the AI. You can go down to the south, to this direction, or to the right.
The stone they said was to the right.
Yes.
All right, let's go get it.
All
More
right.
rocks.
More rocks.
No,
Yay.
you rock.
Aw.
This room is a square room, has shelves and what looks to be radiators, what looks to also be a holding tank of sorts, a window to the far right overlooking what looks to be the city itself. The tank doesn't seem to be holding anything at the moment, but this kind of stone fireplace that looks rather Gothic architecture in nature seems to have a bright red box on it. And as you look around, there are also tables full of what looks to be beakers full of some kind of liquid and an open report file on this table.
I would like to look at that report file
Mhm.
and pass it around to the rest of the Scooby Gang.
Oh boy.
In summary, this is a report on research. The alt text is at the bottom. In summary, it's research into the star known as Joy has led scientists researching it to an understanding of false memories and the introduction of the Star Touched Maiden interacting with people directly. And that's under the second spoils within the lore and history on the Discord for you.
Thank you. Okay. So, that's a little concerning.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, it's probably not smart to steal from the Clissions, but I'm just gonna, that just, oh, it fell into my bag.
We
I made it this right.
We've made it this far.
Right?
We
Might as
made
well
it
go
this
big or go
far.
home.
We have an AI.
We do have an
It's
AI.
not like not stealing is gonna make things better.
You're not wrong. We should probably find somewhere new to stay after this. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So Star Touched Maiden is interacting with people now?
I guess.
I wonder which.
Gosh, I hope it's not the Clissions. I'm gonna open that red box that you described. Does there happen to be a twinkly little stone in there?
There's a twinkly little stone in there. And as you reach for it, you feel immense euphoria and joy kind of envelop you for a moment as it kind of sings softly across your mind before it kind of falls silent.
Oh, I think I know which one this is. Well, maybe. This is either going to be joy or satisfaction. I'm leaning towards joy.
Pat speaks up. It's joy.
No, thanks, Pat. You're the best.
It kind of twirls around and kind of bobs up and down. This movement is weird.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. Just don't spin too fast. You might make yourself a little seasick.
Pat starts doing full spin rotations.
Okay. Well, good luck. I don't know how well I hooked up your sensors.
They'll just enjoy themselves.
So now what? Should we just try and walk out of here? Should we make the stones kiss again?
We probably shouldn't make the stones kiss until we're in a safer place.
Walking out of here it is then.
Yeah, I mean, worst comes to absolute worst. It did kind of lead us to technically a way out. Not of just here, but in general.
That's true. Hey, Pat. Is there a back?
Pat stops spinning and looks at you. Yes.
Is there a door to get out of here that no one else can see us get out of? Like a back door, secret trap door, anything
You'll
other
have
than
to
the
go
front door?
down to the front door. This lab was made for security.
All right, front door it is. All right. Jack will take a deep breath and just start walking like she is meant to be here.
All right. Viridia. Are your parents alive?
Yeah.
Describe one of them to me.
Yeah, let me pull up I think I have my backstory here. Hold on. I feel like I made names. Yes. Yeah, I feel like Jovina, her mother, is pretty similar in like facial structure and everything. Viridia's green hair has just been kind of an anomaly to her entire family. No one really knows where it comes from. It's just something genetically unique to her. But you can still see some of her facial structures and the way her ears sit and how she carries her facial expressions and everything is very much like Viridia. The only difference being, of course, her eyes are this not exactly green, more of a hazel. And then her hair, of course, is more of a brunette. That is it goes pretty long down. She usually keeps it in a braid that goes down past her shoulders.
All right. Thank you very much. It's always nice to see one's parents, but it's not always nice to see them in the hallways of the home you just robbed. And it's not always nice to see them with Jean de Clission, the head of the matriarchal family of the de Clissions, standing in the hallway you need to leave to get out of here. And they both meet your gaze, Viridia.
Mama, what are you doing here?
There's a tilt of her head as if she's trying to analyze and understand why you're here. And she'll glance to Jean for a moment before she glances back to you. The Croyles and the de Clissions have an affinity for similar work. I hope you understand, Viridia.
I don't think I quite understand. I feel like I would have known more about our other business partner. Two of us have met, but not through this. Can I vibe check at all? What is going on here?
You can vibe check.
Jen, what are you doing?
All right, wait, what would a vibe check be? Oh, I can, well, I don't think this is lies or trickery. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like retraining all tasks involving identifying or assessing danger, lies, quality, importance, function, or power. I feel like just across the board, that one might be a good one to roll. I'll just do that one.
I'll allow that.
What is happening? 19.
Your family has become prominent in certain circles. Well, they try to keep you out of it. You get whispers of it now and then, Viridia. The incident with what happened to your family and the whispers around it and the collapse of trade your family experienced pushed them into this cycle of underworld bribery would be the best description. They want you to be on a good path. But your mother is very ambitious, as she's always been ambitious, and has made a name for your family, and Croyle is known in the Aberfell, but not in the circles you would want them to be. The de Clissions are the oldest mob family in the Aberfell, and the Croyles have just joined their ranks. Welcome to the family.
Oh. I feel like as Viridia's putting all of this together in her head, the pieces are finally fitting together of you know, the family gossip that you get about like other family members at like family gatherings and stuff. And it's like all of that is like starting to fit together, and like things are making so much more sense. Like I feel like she's just kind of dumbfounded at the moment. Just
Geneva will approach you. Her gait is very gracious and quiet. Quieter than one would suspect. As she kind of places a hand very gently on your arm and then looks towards your companions. I'm not entirely sure why you're here. But if it is on business, she'll look back to Jean and then smile. I welcome the opportunity of testing our skills, as this might seem a simple mistake, as our two great houses have a lot to offer, and the Croyles more so too, the Clissions. You see Jean kind of look from your mother to you, Viridia, then to your companions, and you see the slow creeping smile cross her face. But of course, the Clissions welcomes the youngest of the Croyle family into our home. All of you are welcome. You just simply had to ask. As Jean kind of folds her arms in front of her, clasping her hands together, she has you where she wants you. And she knows it. Let's talk. As she half turns and gestures down the hallway. Pat, my dear, thank you for alerting us. As she turns away. Never forget my AIs are loyal to me, and me alone. A good lesson for little robbers.
Pat, no.
Pat spins about and kind of bobs down the hall.
Oh my god. What have we done?
The betrayal.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
You're muted there, Sarah.
I have a question first for Jen.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
From the Clission's home,
Mm-hmm.
how far away is the Sisters of the Watch and Tamsin's office?
Maybe 15 minutes walking.
Miles wise. Is it within 900 miles?
Yes, well
Okay.
within that.
To my party members. This is a what my character would do moment, but I'm not going to do it without y'all's permission because I don't believe in that. Jack's teleporter can teleport her to out of here with the stones. Do you want her to GTFO? Or do you want us all to play this out as a group?
I don't know. We don't want all of the stones being here.
Mm-hmm.
You have all 3 stones with you.
Exactly.
I'm okay with Jack taking the stones and
Same.
going.
Okay. Then we will say that Jack covertly, since Hyacinth is with us, and I believe they had one of the stones, Jack will covertly get the stones, as she has the 3rd one, but not the other 2 on her person, as we're walking down the hall, and then she activates her teleporter, and she is just gone.
And you're going to Tamsin's office, the Tower of Thought, or She Who Speaks?
Well, I don't know Tamsin's house, so I'm going to Tamsin's office because that to Jack is the safest place that she could go. Since
All right.
Since the shop was already targeted by the Clissions, she's going for Tamsin.
Sounds good. We'll resolve that momentarily.
It's gonna be
As
just pops
Viridia.
over. Tamsin, holy shit. I need. Oh my god! You know, like the Candace from Phineas and Ferb meme. Was like, holy shit, mom! I need a drawing of that, but with clever Jack. Like, holy shit, Tamsin.
As Viridia, Ashalot, and Hyacinth are left alone with the head of the mob family known as Croyle and the head of the mob family known as Clission, they are led to a separate office as Jean de Clission sits down in a high back chair. Your mother will sit next to you, kind of placing a very mom grip on your wrist. And she'll smile pleasantly. Jean kind of looks to all of you and says, well, it's been interesting. The little intrusions into my lab is interesting. As she reaches up and kind of taps Pat. Clever little AI. Now, I'm going to make this my only offer to the three of you, as one of you seems to have departed. And I will want this information passed on to your friend. Consider this a very generous offer. As Jean leans forward. Your exchange of information is important to the city. Any reports you collect from here on out on the stars will come to us. There is no or else they will come to us. The city has eyes and I am those eyes. She who speaks will not protect you anymore. You see Jean kind of smile. Nate has his uses. I can forgive some of the things you've done if you turn him over to me in my lab. Information he has is important just as much. That is an offer you can fuss about with, but anything else, this is the only kindness you will experience. And your mother, looks to Viridia, needs this. Your family needs this. Hell on earth is a term commonly used in old ages. I simply think of it as negotiation with flair. Darby, clear?
Crystal.
Perfect. Take Pat with you. I need to know you'll uphold your bargain. And I'm very sorry about your play dates with Dr. Clayton. I'm afraid they've been fired. Jean stands up and smooths her shirt. Have a good day. And leaves the room. Her mother is seething.
Mm-hmm. It's very much the silence of like, yeah, like I know I'm absolutely like dead to my parents right now. That kind of like, you know, if you ever just screw up and it's just like, yep, I'm dead.
She'll look to you, then look to your remaining friends and nod to Ashalot gently. Worse outcomes have come of this. You were lucky. We were lucky. It's good to know you're safe. She'll kiss your head, Viridia, before she stands. Don't fuck this up.
I won't.
She pauses momentarily before she squeezes your shoulder gently, and she'll head out. If you sit there in silence, Jack, you come crashing into Tamsin's office, and they look up from their book. Oh yes, come in. Don't make an appointment. That's fine. It's good. Well,
Shut
no.
up. Jack puts both hands on the desk, slamming them down. This city's fucked up, and you're gonna help me fix it.
Yeah, the city's been fucked up for a while.
Yeah, you want the Clissions to get their hands on ultimate power, or you're gonna stop it. Take me into custody now. Take everything that is on my person away from me and put it somewhere that I cannot see until I tell you otherwise. Do not let anyone else get their hands on it.
All right. Want to explain your incarceration?
Jack will take the stars out and set them on the desk.
Holy balls.
We stole the third one from the Clissions. We got caught. I teleported the fuck out of there. Hopefully my team will forgive me. All I know is I'm not letting Jean Clission get her hands on that. I've done a lot of fucked up shit in my criminal career, but I know better than to give her that.
Right. What are they?
Do you trust me?
No.
Fair enough. Give me your hand.
They'll give you their hand and kind of give you a quizzical look.
Jack's gonna pick up one of the stones. Probably she'll go with Hope. And with Tamsin's hand in her hand, she will clasp Hope between their hands and hope that they go through the same experience that Jack and her friends have.
There's a momentary pause before Tamsin kind of tilts their head for a moment and gives you a look over and says, "What are you doing?"
Do I hear the birds?
I don't hear anything.
Listen here, you little shit. I need you to work right now. I don't know how you work, but I just need you to work with me, okay? Just do the thing. Do the birds. Do the visions. Do I need to get the other two? I'll get the other two. Closes her hands again.
It's giving you this hard and long look. I mean, I can arrest you for trespassing if you want. That's
Rolls her eyes,
fine.
grabs the other two stones, puts those in her hands as well.
When you join all three, a tear in space and time forms beside you, and it opens a small crack. And Tamsin looks towards it, looks towards you. All right.
See? Jack will let go and put the stones back in their respective boxes. They're stars. Like what Rage was. Rage was one of these.
These memories aren't my own. I've never witnessed any of these.
Yep. Nope. We all had those too. One of them might be from our black hole dog, so sorry about that.
Concerning, but all right.
Crocodog's good. Ate 2 books today. Healthy appetite.
You need to register your dog with a local vet.
I prefer that dog stay off the radar.
I prefer it on the radar so I know.
Agree to
what...
disagree.
I will put that dog in impound if it's not registered.
Good luck. You might lose a hand.
That's okay. I can just put another one on.
I need these hidden somewhere that the Clissions cannot get to them. They've already sacked Nate's shop. We can't go there. They have eyes all over the city. You are the only one I trust.
Persuasion roll. It's a 2.
$13?
Hanson nods and takes the stars, and you see them kind of produce this small velvet box, and they place, it looks like a cigarette box more or less, and place them gently inside and closes the lid and locks it. And they look around before they kind of maneuver to the back and say, turn around.
Jack will stand up, turn around.
There's a momentary sound of what sounds like wood on stone. And there's a series of cursing, and you hear an ow, tits and balls. And there's a kind of a huff from Tamsin before the same sound of wood on stone. And they come back and say, all right.
Need a Band-Aid? They have bunnies on them.
They reach over and take it and place it on their hand, kind of stick on it. You notice there's a series of wires beneath their skin.
All right. Here's the rest of my stuff. Jack will start just disassembling her kit and sitting on Tamsin's desk.
The
Arrest
cipher's illegal.
Have you seen what I do for a living? Really? You're going to start nitpicking after I just tore through space and time in your office with glittery rocks that sing?
You have to register the cipher afterwards.
When the job is done, I will register my cipher. No more paperwork until then, okay? Come on, let's go.
Nod and kind of clasp your hands, and you see and feel cuffs kind of form around them. All right, you're under arrest, and they read you basically Miranda rights.
Thank you. Make the report sound convincing.
I'll get your friends. As they kind of gently place a hand on your back and lead you to a cell to sit you down. We'll go fill out a report.
Jack will just sit down and start whistling.
Ashalot and Viridian and Hyacinth, you are let out of the Clission compound. And as you are let out, about 2 or 3 moments pass before you see a sister kind of approach you. And she kind of looks you over and says, right, I think I'm supposed to get you 3.
That sounds about right.
Is your little AI friend with you? Kind of points to Pat.
At the moment, yeah.
All right, this way. She'll turn around and kind of barrel through the crowd that kind of parts for her abruptly. They don't want to get run over by this short, fast walking sister. As you follow, she'll lead you to the jail cells in this Tower of Thought and kind of says, wait here. Sister Tamsin says that you are supposed to wait. Your friend's being incarcerated. You can see them as long as you know, don't cause trouble, but your AI will have to stay out here.
Well, all right. Like, I mean, she'll give the nod to Pat. It's like, sister said so.
Pat will bob up and down and spin around. I'm doing good, as they kind of swirl around in the lobby, and the sister will take you to the back room to where Jack is being held.
What's up? Jack looks perfectly comfortable.
So,
So, how'd it go? Please tell me someone took a wiffle bat to that AI ball.
well, not exactly,
tempted.
but yeah, you've got we've got a chance to do that in the future because Pat's going to be spending some time with us.
Come again?
Yeah, we spent a little bit of time in that Shark Tank. It was much more less of a discussion and more of a warning.
Gee, it's gonna be so sad when I build a larger body for Pat and it mysteriously breaks. How are things? Sorry, by the way.
It's,
had to be done.
It's fine. I understand why he did it. We couldn't have those. We couldn't have those stars there.
Yeah, well, as you can see, all of my things have been taken from me. I have no idea where any of it is, or if I'll ever see any of it again. Big old wink from Jack. So, what's the plan?
I mean, I wish I knew.
Did you
At this
know your
point,
mother
like-
was working with her?
No, I really didn't until it all just kind of clicked into place when I saw her in that hallway. I can't believe I didn't even see it sooner.
Oh, well. Don't feel bad about it. Most kids don't realize what their parents are up to till it's too late.
Yeah, it's probably at that point that Meridian is like also like slumped down to either like if there's a chair nearby, it doesn't even matter. If it's just the floor, she will just slump down to the floor near the wall too. She's just oof.
It's gonna be okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, just got one more, right? Wait, no, we have three more. If we include rage.
We have 2 more minus rage, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, shame all of my notes were taken off me when someone so rudely threw me into this cell. I don't know if they can hear us. I don't think they can, but well, how do we figure out where the next 2 are?
Well, it doesn't technically As much as I don't want to work with Pat more, said that they could hear him.
Well, they did. But that means another AI could too.
Yeah. I think the Gloaming Eyes said something about them being very loud. Maybe they know.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't want this AI to be anywhere near them.
Definitely not.
Because, yeah, well, so the Gloaming Eyes at this point, they don't know us at this point.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if we divide and conquer, someone could potentially find where said objects that used to be on my person but no longer are, currently are, take them there, or find a way to get the Gloaming Eyes here.
I know, I do like this idea, though. If we do divide and conquer, Pat can't see everything.
Yeah. If we stick Pat in a lead-lined box, Pat can't see anything. That's true. That's for sure. I'd say something reassuring, but I'm currently incarcerated.
As you say that, Tamsin steps in, holding a set of keys. Oh, all of you here. Okay, that's easy. Would you all like to settle into my house until you can find safer passage?
You don't know the Clissions any favors, do you?
They cannot corrupt an uncorruptible being.
What does that mean?
My service to the city extends beyond them.
Oh, thank the stars for that. Literally. All right. Jack stands up, and there's an audible clicking sound coming from one knee. All right. Let's go. I remit myself to your care, good officer.
Okay. Tamsin opens the cell door, steps aside. There will be a docking station on the outside for your AI, I guess.
How about a trash can?
The AI protection rights forbids me from trashing your robot.
Fine. Find some other way to get rid of it.
Right. Tamsin just kind of leaves and grabs their things and starts heading out. And as they do so, with you following, the buildings start to fade in a light with stars and narrows down to a singular point, and all you hear is, "Well, aren't you all interesting?" As the session ends.
I'm sorry.
What? Hopes.
Why are there so many things in my character's head?
Why are there so many things watching us?
I'm gonna have voyeurism nightmares because of you, Jen. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you everyone so much for joining us tonight. Oh, this has been absolutely wonderful. My gosh, every single session just keeps blowing my mind. If you joined us for the first time because of the raid, I just want to let y'all know, hi, welcome. You're on a charity channel. I give all of my income to the trevorproject.org. Every time I receive a Twitch payout, if you would like to know more about that, you can check out our Discord server. And the About Me section down below. Discord link is currently available in Twitch chat. Also, if you are just joining in and you would like to catch up on the story, there is an edited down podcast version of this. Please don't judge me on the audio of session 1. It was a little bit rough and I was not quite sure what I was doing, but it's gotten better. I promise. I learned how to record everyone's audio separately. But you can go listen to that anywhere that podcasts are available under Numenera Stars in the Stone. That is available on all podcasting platforms at this point. And that is it for me stalling for time. So if you two would like to go ahead and give your outros, I'll go last and we'll see if Velvet is able to make it back.
All right, I'll go first and say thank you all for coming to this wonderful, wild ride. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I enjoy telling it. We are teetering into the end game with a few sessions left, and boy, am I excited. But as we move away from the story and into our charities, I would like to say I champion the Princess Trust. They are a nonprofit organization here in the UK that provide real hair wigs towards children who are experiencing childhood cancers or diseases that have caused a loss of hair within their lives. They have donated well over, I think, 12,000 wigs at this point, maybe more, and they are searching for cures towards childhood cancers, and I highly respect them for that.
Awesome. I guess, yeah, we're going in reverse order, so I'll just go next. Everyone, it's me, Sir Heckalot, or Sarah, whichever. And the charity that I'm championing this week is the Advancement Project. It is a charity that supports equity and racial justice all across the U.S., spanning from their office in California all the way across to their office in the D.C. area, from research to funding public programs and finding new strategies to spend public funds in an equitable way. They do a lot of different things. You name it, they probably have some support for it. So definitely check them out.
Awesome. And that brings it back around to me. There are two charities I've been talking about. They are the TrevorProject.org. They provide crisis counseling support to LGBTQIA plus youth. And do a whole lot of educational outreach and support for the community. I would also like to highlight the Rainbow Railroad. They're a global charity. They help people who are living in places where they are being persecuted for who they are and who they love, leave those places and get to somewhere safe so they can be their true, authentic self and live their best life. We also shout out the Belfast Trans Resource Center. They are a unique trans community center in Belfast, Northern Ireland, built and run by trans people in the city. Everyone is welcome in their center, and if you're a trans, non-binary, or a questioning person of any sort, they love to welcome you into their resource center. They do a lot of wonderful community outreach as well as fundraising. So definitely check all those out. All of those links are available in our cast link, which is hypegoblin.card.co. You can find that and so many more there. And with that, I'm just going to go ahead and say thank you, everyone, so much for being here. Don't forget, drink some water, eat something healthy, take your meds if you've forgotten. And last but not least, if there's someone important to the world, important in the world that you love and cherish and have not told recently that they are important to you, please reach out to them tonight and let them know that, because that is always important to let people know that we care. All right, everybody. My voice is about to go, so let's go ahead and head on into our cast after show. Y'all have a great time. Bye.